Hello there everyone, this is Iron Mark III and welcome back to the Breaker Base on Factorio, where my trains have gotten themselves stuck. Oh, I see why. I think I need to expand this junction because it's a bit tight, so there's no signals between the two lines, and that's what's causing each train to block up the section. But right now the problem is that these are too close together. This turnaround section I put in for the actual railway laying train is not required anymore, so there we go, trains are starting to move. Excellent. In the intermission I went ahead and did what I said, which was get all of the base wall out on the new outpost. So if I quickly map it, as you can see, work's still in progress, but the supply train has managed to get most of this thing fully fortified now. And this is the result. This massive train coming in and supplying beautiful, beautiful iron ore to my foundries. Exactly what they need. Though sadly, I got to admit the loading station at the other end is only half operational. So this thing is getting loaded up without being able to, it's bringing in a full load of iron ore every time, and it's leaving with like almost all of it gone. So yeah, it's got like 1,000 left in it, so it unloads about 5,000 every time it comes by, which is really good. Okay, my bots have brought me the engines I asked for. Excellent. Go back to supply me with the blue inserters. Okay. For this episode, I'm mostly going to be focusing on supply issues and things like that, because there are some things I need to do still. But first, I'm going to actually install an additional iron train to increase the flow of iron ore between the outpost and my main base. There we go, loading up already. Let's get the wagons loaded in. I've got the spare capacity in my railway network, so I should use it. Since I've also got the spare capacity in my mines at the other end as well. They've got an absolute boatload of iron ore waiting to come out. So your orders are to go to BB Iron for 30 seconds, and then go to Alpha Iron for 30 seconds. 30 seconds just keeps the trains moving. And then set you to full auto so you can get rolling on that. Yep, as you see, the other train is at the other end as well, so this is perfectly timed. That train is just starting out. This iron train should be about to set off. So yeah, these trains will now be alternating, and it's increasing my iron ore flow. Very nice. Now then, onto those supply problems. Supply problems I mentioned. I don't think I'm making anything like enough steel. I've actually cut out bullet production entirely. And as you can see, when the trains aren't here, that's actually unloading as fast as physically possible. Oh, here comes the other train. Starts unloading, and immediately massive flow of iron coming through. But yes, I'm running short on the supplies in the rest of my base, so I need to get some production chains set up. I think the main thing I'm actually short on is circuits for most of my other production lines that require it, as well as steel, of course. Steel is really, really short. Ugh. I think I'm also running out of stone too, because my walls aren't being built up very quickly. I need to double check all this. That's something I didn't do actually. I didn't mass produce steel at all. Yeah, that's short on that, short on that. Yep, here we go, problem. Stone mine's actually running out, and wait a moment. I never actually told... Oh, darn it. What I've gone and done is I never actually created a station to bring in raw stone from other sites. So That's actually a slight weakness in my railway network. I'm not actually bringing in stone. Whoops. Oh well. At least I've realised this now, I suppose. There is that. Actually, I don't want these yellows, so you can just dump them. Thank you. Is there anything else I don't need? I don't want the small poles as well, so... Actually, that's something I need to do. I keep forgetting to take my personal roboport out when I don't want the stuff to be building. So I really should do that. Remove the personal roboport, because then it uses my own personal supplies to build stuff, and that's not quite what I want to do. I just need more power plants. Right, okay. What should I do? What should I do? First things first, I suppose, is I should wander over here and build some personal logistics bots. Well, I say personal, I actually want them to go at the other end in the outpost, so that means I need to pick up a stock of frames. One stock of frames, and make for me a whole bunch of logistics bots. There we go. Right, next thing. I want to make many circuits. And I mean an absolute ton of circuits. Of all types, I need production of green circuits and red circuits and blue circuits as well, if I can wrangle it. So, let me see now. The ratio was 3 to 2. Yeah, that was it. 3 to 2. For every 3 factories you are making copper wire from, you can make 2 which are making circuits. Other than that, it's just copper and iron ore coming in. Okay. Simple enough. How should I do this? I guess if I'm going for a slice setup, I should do it like this, shouldn't I? Yeah, this'll do it. Okay. For a slice setup, that'll do fine. These guys are going to unload straight onto a belt over here, which will then be loading straight into there. Okay. And this line will hold a source of copper and iron plates ready for these 2 guys. Yeah, and then I need to unload this as well. Should I do it on this side, actually? The same side as the copper? No, let's do it on this side, actually. Let's do it here. Okay, so the way this works is iron and copper plates will come in along this line. Circuits will flow out on this line here from the 2 factories at the end of this particular slice. And then, get that tree out of the way, I need to have... like this again. And another flow of iron and copper there. Yes. And it'll mirror like that. So that's going to be my supply line. And then, of course, outer circuit brings in all the copper wire, which is being produced as well. So that's like that. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. That'll do that. And where's my blueprints? I want to hang on to that blueprint. Yes. Don't need that blueprint, so delete that one. Grab this. You are... Actually, no, you're not quite right yet. You're not quite right. What I need lights. Because, of course, I need to light things up. And I need power poles as well. Can't forget those. I seem to be forgetting those a lot lately. Which is silly of me, I know, but it has been happening. So, like that. Then I'll put in the power poles to feed it all. Where was it? There, yeah. And then just a couple of poles there. So, okay. That should do the trick quite nicely, I think. So yeah, that is a blueprint slice for making basic electronics. Basic circuit slice. And donezo. Okay. Now, how am I going to loop these things together? The basic output is circuits here. Yes, they can just slam straight into the side of that one actually, so that should be okay. Since it'll also balance since there's an equal facility on the other side of it. And then I've got the copper and iron intakes, which need to be merged and then split again. This might be a tricky part, actually. Let's go ahead and install a tunnel here. Oh, it goes up to there. Okay. Maximum length blue tunnel in the middle of this particular setup because I want to get some space out here. Space. Yes, space. Speaking of space, I picked up Astrogeneer when it came out a few days back. It's a really promising looking game, actually. I'm quite interested in it. Unfortunately, my rig can't actually run it for toffee. Incredibly bad frame rate. My system just can't sustain it, so sadly I can't use it at all. Should I do it like this? Yeah, like that, okay. I want to keep this thing even. So let's go ahead and... That is one of the input lines there. That is the other input line. There. And a quick tunnel underneath it. Okay, yeah. That should do nicely. At least I think it will. I need to make sure this thing is all flipping straight. And I need to make sure that it's got balanced loads as well, so that's why I'm doing it like this. Okay, right. So this is the same idea as I used... Actually, this was way back in the previous base, wasn't it? Yeah. So you guys might not have seen this if you've only been with me on this particular breaker base run. So the idea here is it's like what I did with the furnaces, actually, the smelters, when I was feeding coal and ore into them to split them up. So this one will get one supply, this one will get the other supply, and then it'll go... It splits it between the two and onto these two evenly. So both of these will get an equal mix of both supplies, in this case iron and copper plate. So they'll be evenly balanced, come in here, and they'll be where they're needed, and then all the circuits will just flow out this way. That's just how this one is rigged up. Though iron and copper will be coming in separately on these groups here. So I need 2 sets of each. Yeah. Okay, yeah. This is what I need. That will feed into that one. That'll feed into that one. Yep, that's fine. It doesn't matter if I make them slightly interchangeable like this. Now, the part that is more complex is that I have to actually... These ones have to continue downwards because this is the main supply line, the arterial flow of this setup. So it needs to continue down here for any following slices that might be built. So that has to continue downwards. That's even with that, yes, okay. And I've got to swap these 2 lines over. No, these 2 lines need to continue onwards. What am I talking about? Those continue onwards. These 2 outputs here need to swap sides. How can I do that? How much reach does that give me? Not quite enough with the other tunnels involved. So I think let's pull this one down here. Like that. Yeah. So that's that one connected to that side. And the other line will have to be pulled down. Conveyor's pulling me around. Pulled down here, and it's got to tunnel. Or, actually, no, I can tunnel there. So, insert tunnel here, like that. Tunnel here, like this. And then this one can flow. Yeah, this one can flow straight through like that. And then, of course, to keep the arterial section going, I will tunnel underneath like that. And actually, this is not quite right because I don't want a tunnel exit to be where these feeds are coming in. That'll interrupt the actual flow of circuits. Since a tunnel, if you've got something flows sideways into a tunnel, it can only accept half of what's coming in on the belt. Excuse me. So, okay. Both our input feeds have been split evenly into the both sides. That's okay. That's okay. Yep. All right. So that's given an even flow. Excellent. Now I just need to make sure that everything is actually powered up and ready to go. So again, insert a couple of lights like that. And yeah, that'll do it. I need another blueprint. Thank you. And this is the basic circuit supply. So this will feed in materials to the basic circuit production sites. So this is a paired blueprint. We've got the slice, which is the actual factories, and the supply, which feeds in the raw materials and takes away all the stuff. And so we've got this thing actually ready to go. Rotate that so it's on that side, and as you can see, it just slots straight in there. And then I can just go ahead and expand it. And I need a lot of regular circuits, so I might as well. So if I do it like that, then I could do this like this, and yeah, and as you can see, bots are coming down. They're doing all of the building for me. So now I also need to get the supply lines in place as well. So that is like that. And like that. Oops, wrong key. There we go. Okay. This is a big basic circuit factory that I've now got being assembled. All I need to do is plug it into my actual resource supply line, which is this one. It's going to share the actual supply line going into the engine facility because I'm not placing that much demand on the engines. So I've got the capacity there to potentially feed this new production line. Actually, I need a way to get the circuits out, so very quickly do that, and there we go. Okay, and as you can see, now it's just feeding all over the place. Circuits are coming in, and here comes the basic circuit straight off the line. That's just fine, yes. I need to increase my flow of iron ore, actually. Yeah, I really do. But there we go, basic circuits. Let's install a stack inserter here. Give me a, where is it? Passive provider chest there, and then just plug this in, and this will be the new supply point for basic circuits. So as you can see, it's producing an absolute metric ton of the things. Though, of course, I should also include a load balancer like this. So that when I connect this to something else, it'll even out the loads on the various things, and it'll make sure that everything's being picked up like normal. But as you can see, even with how much it's being fed into, it's draining very quickly, and it's also depleted the iron ore supply that was waiting on the lines here. So the iron ore flow is definitely not enough to sustain this base. Wait, why am I saying iron ore? It's iron pipes. Iron pipes, get it right. Ugh. But yeah, that's a basic production facility for all of my stuff. Now then, for the rest of this particular video, I'm actually going to take you back out to the outpost so you can see firsthand what I've done with it. So I'm going to take this little supply train I've got here, Switch it to manual, that would help. I can turn this thing to automatic to just take me straight back to the base, you see, and that's what I tend to do with it. But let's get out there and see how the base is doing. Don't need that. I do need to redesign these, but later. Actually, there was a comment asking about the railway network. Like, saying that they want to show how to do it. The idea is that you have these signals, if I just hit the brakes here. As you can see, these signals only allow the trains to go one way on automatic. You have to use double the track, so you've got one track going one way, one track going the other way. And that dictates how the trains move on the system. So this train, even though it's got two engines, it's only meant to go on this left-hand side of the track, while the other trains coming the opposite direction just go to the right. So it's like a road, and as you can see, I'm causing a traffic jam already. There's an ore train right behind me, so I need to keep moving. Yeah. So as long as you make sure to double up the track and keep it signalled, that's your basic start for how to build a railway network. And then you've got things like this, which is, if I want the train to go back on the other side of the track, it goes into this loop, comes down, and then doubles back to appear on the other side of the track. And then I've actually got the opposite as well, so that's why this is a figure 8 configuration. So trains going either way can just reverse course on this particular section. Okay, next. It would probably help if I actually did this in a proper tutorial video or something, wouldn't it? Someone's been asking for that. If you guys really want that, just let me know. I'm seriously thinking about doing it. Anyway, yes, next. Onto the stations. What I use is a throughput type station, as in trains come in at one end of it. Oh, there's another train backed up. Oh, geez, I've delayed things so badly. All my trains are here now. Well, all the trains running to the station anyway. Yeah, as you can see, that's loading, unloading. Oops, that's the supply train, let it go. So as you can see, the trains come in on this end, and then they wait at the signals if their station they're supposed to go to is actually occupied. And then they flow out this side, which leads straight back into the two-sided track configuration there. So that is how I do it. I have the trains come in one side, go out the other side. And since the trains go much slower backwards, it avoids the need to have a double-headed train like I've got here on the railway construction train. That's actually so it can go backwards and run away from aliens more than anything else. Yep, there goes the first ore train. The other one's now coming in to actually take its place. Supply train is queued up and off it goes as well. And this train is now loading from the stocks of material here. I actually upgraded the conveyors here because the red belts were not moving enough, so these are now blue belts. And the mines are still keeping them fully stocked up as best they can for just 2 belts. This place could actually output a lot more, especially if it had all of the inserters it's meant to have, which it doesn't. Because my base is not building enough of them because of the circuit shortage, which I just corrected. So yes, there is that. There goes another ore train with 4,300 ore in it. Yep, that's fine. So yeah, that's a basic throughput station, which is better for high traffic volume that's going on. So in this case, as I said, trains come in one side, go out the other side. Single engine trains will work just fine. Just keep going. Oh yeah, something else that I'm doing, by the way, is because of my power needs and things, I'm actually converting this base into something of a solar power plant as well, using the massive amount of space left inside the base perimeter by how big I've had to build the walls, since the walls, as you've seen before, are modular. They left a lot of space, so doubling this place up as a power plant, it's just putting the entire site to use, really, and it's helping with my main power needs since it's all plugged into the same power network. But I've got all this space around here as well to just use that. Anyway, now then, something else I should mention, since I'm talking about railways this time around apparently, is what if you've got a station which is going on one side? I mean, that's what guys normally do with a basic railway configuration. It's come in on one side, then leave on the same side, isn't it? So how would you do that when using a 2-track network to increase the flow of trains? Well, quite easy, really. What you need to do is you need to actually connect, let's say the station is, come on, Brigitte. You need to actually connect the station both to the incoming track and to the outgoing track. Now, this can be a bit of a hassle since Factorio doesn't really, it forces you to have this too wide gap here because that's the tightest you can get it on a change to a different track like that. So doing like that, yes. Am I carrying any signals? Yes, I am. So like here, you'd have an input signal on here and then an outgoing signal there. So a train would come in here and then go off out that way as soon as this particular train is loaded up, and off it goes. And the actual station block itself would be somewhere down here, since you want it to be at the far end. Just make sure it's long enough, so you'd be doing that. An easier option, if you wanted to try and get your tracks really close together, is if you build it into a turn. So let's just pull these up. So you can just do a flat-out turn like that, yeah? So you'd be doing like that. And then you've got your other track here. So that's really easy to do, since you can just then curve the entire thing down like that. It takes the same distance, and there you go. It just merges together very simply, and you can put on the signals like that. So that one will trigger as soon as the train comes into here, and then that one will do it as soon as it's gone off that way and it's gone past it. So that's how you can split the track that way. Now, another slight note on track arrangement is how far apart do you want the tracks for your two-track setup? Mine are like that because I've got another feature involved in my tracks, which is the big telegraph poles acting as a power conduit back to my main base. And then I also have the signals installed in the middle like that as well. So my trains are driving on the left-hand side of the pairing. So stuff like that. But if you really wanted to, and if you're not bothered about having other stuff with it, you can actually have your tracks just right next to each other like this. See what I mean? So you could just do it as easy as that. And I need to pick up that one. Yeah, so you could just have it as easy as that. And then you'd have your signals along the outside of the track, like that. And that'd work just as well. 20 minutes, okay, that's fine. So you can do it like that. Though, if you've got the tracks this close together, there's something you must be aware of. And that is when you go around a corner like that. I'm running out of space, yeah. Now, if you're running a corner like that, you would think you want to do it like this, right? So have it this close. No, you don't. Because this is as close as you can get it, but this is also close enough that you risk trains, if they are moving in opposite directions on this corner, they can actually collide with each other if they are on a corner which is this close together. So you must space it out at least that much to make sure your trains can actually pass each other safely. Because the last thing you want is your trains to crash into each other and come to a screeching halt. Or, worst case scenario, actually break each other completely and destroy the engines. You want to avoid doing that since you want the trains to actually be, you know, running. A running train is a useful train. And one that has broken down or got stuck in the middle of nowhere and just producing lots of pollution that the biters will then home in on and attack the train, that is not what you really want to be happening at all. So yeah, that is my handy dandy suggestions section for how to railway. My power supply is fluctuating a lot. Oh geez. Yeah, something that's happened is I killed part of this base because it was so close, but it's so close that it's basically spawning enemies are just attacking constantly, so it's actually a bit of a hassle for power supply. I need to do something about all of that, especially since my base's power storage is not that great either. Actually, I can do something about that very quickly. Let's have a look. I'll grab some accumulators, put down one power pole, grab Yeah, so as you can see, I'm just getting all that sorted out. Then put one in there. Then put in a light, of course, since I like to have lights around the place. And that is a new power storage section as well. And just grab all that. Power storage. And since I'm down here already, I'm going to use this blueprint now to start setting some stuff up. Though I don't want it actually there, so robots can come in and remove all that. I'm going to install some power storage places up here. Oh yeah, another note for railway safety. If you're going to build constructions around it like this, leave at least a gap, like I have done here. So as you saw, the train went past and it didn't, run me over. Because you don't want to hem yourself in like you're standing on the track, train's coming, and oh no, there's no space, you can't actually get off the track and out of the way. That is a slightly silly and completely avoidable way to get yourself killed in this game. So you don't really want to do that. Not really. That's my thought, at least. And don't get me wrong, I've actually done it a whole bunch of times. So, yeah. I'm actually speaking from experience here. I have actually got myself killed this way many times in the past. So don't follow my example, please. Don't follow my example on that. Because it really is a silly way to die. Though I do find it highly amusing as well. And there we go. That'll provide plenty of storage once the sun comes up. And my supply train will keep on supplying everything to keep it going. And yeah, that's fine. Okay, for the last 5 minutes of this video, there is something else I need to do. Hang on. Where's... Oh yeah. I have a very sad thing to announce. Just after... Well, during the previous break, while I was building this base out and getting that southern section sorted out, my tank actually went and died. It was killed in the line of duty. So my tank is El Gonzo. I know, it's such a tragic loss. The tank that I've had with me since the start of the game is dead. But yeah, that was the risk. And all of my ammo stocks went with it, so I'm not actually carrying very much ammo right now. Let's loot these gun turrets actually, since I've been feeding ammo into the exterior walls of this particular outpost as an added means of defense. And I need plenty of ammo right now to actually get that, so that the train will continue to supply it. Or it would if my base was actually producing ammo anymore, which is not. Oh well, I guess this section won't have any guns for the time being. I don't care, I need the bullets. Because what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take my tank out, and I'm going to finish off what's left of this little base down here, because as you can see, constant attacks, constant power drain, not ideal. So let's actually get this tank down here, give you the magazines I salvaged, give you some fuel blocks, and in we go. And my role here is just to kill the enemy base, because I took this entire section off it and it's still massive. So I can't keep leaving it alone this close, but as you can see, because it's so massive, it's... But look at my health. It's dropping really, really quickly. Actually, I need my personal web report, don't I? Yeah, I need my personal web report. Give me that, thank you. And why do I have this? Because it's time to bring out the lasers again. Where's my track building section? I know I had a track building book. Where was it? Oh, there it is. Right. Track building. You shall build for me the turrets because I need the power. I need the power. Oh, that's an actual base worm. Oh. That explains why I was getting hit so hard. Am I not carrying any laser turrets? What? Really? Why am I not carrying laser turrets? What's going on? Oh, I don't know. Well, okay. This is going to be tricky. Because I thought I still had laser turrets on me, but I don't. So I'm just going to circle around the base now and try to kill off as many spawners as I can, though the tank is actually going to die really, really quickly. Yeah, as you can see, the tank is taking a lot of damage. It's going to die very soon. I need to run away. Because of my massive escort of alien monsters. Wow. Yeah, this would be much easier if I could actually put down the turrets and things. Yep, this tank's about to die. Get back to the base, please. Let the lasers take the pursuers off my heel. Jeez. Oh, that's not so good. But at least I've actually thinned the base out quite nicely. Oh, I'm about to die again. Well, I'm not about to die. I've still got my personal shields and things after the tank goes down, but I want this tank to... I want the tank to survive and it blows up. Yeah. Score 2 for that base, I suppose, but I've reduced it a little bit, so that's good. Oh well. And with that little combat fiasco, I need to go back to my base and resupply and get the ammo production working again. So that is also a good place to call it. This has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. And remember, if you do want me to start doing some hints and... Oh yeah, I'm using my own personal web report. That'll load the ore up faster at least. If you want me to do hints and tips videos and things for this, then I am willing. So just let me know what kind of things you want me to actually do such a video on. Because I'm not the best, but I have some experience, so I can at least offer some advice. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you some other time. I'll see you later.